real quick. This little verse that I'm kind of meditating on right now, Proverbs 15 verse 4. It says, "A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness is a breach in the spirit." Another translation says, "A soothing tongue is a tree of life, but perversion in it crushes the spirit." So we all know that there's power in the tongue, right? James says that we should bridle our tongue. And another verse in Proverbs says that death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those that eat it shall, those that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Something like that, right? But there's power in our words. So we could literally be like the tree of life for those around us. Anybody, that's anyone that we have any kind of connection or impact on in our lives, which is anyone in our sphere. Just think about that for a second. We can be literally the tree of life for somebody, or we can crush their spirit. If anyone, we should be building each other up, no matter who they are, whether they're believers or not. We should be building up everyone around us, because we're supposed to walk, or we're supposed to at least talk like the tree of life. And the way I would say this, I think there's a dope comparison here to the opposites. One is life-giving and one is life-taking. So basically, one of them, whenever we speak life, we are acting as the tree of life for those around us, or even over ourselves if we're speaking life over ourselves. But if we're not, and we're taking life, then we're basically the tree of knowledge of good and evil, which brings about death, crushes the spirit. So we can either be the tree of life or the false tree of knowledge of good and evil, which, is full of deception. So, which I like that, because another translation says a devious tongue. So anyways, be a tree of life for those around you, man, because you never know whose life you could be saving, whose life that you're touching or impacting in any kind of way, or just simply sowing seeds. So I just think that's dope. Another way that I look at it is really when you look back in Genesis and stuff and you see the tree of life. The tree of life was actually Jesus. Jesus is the tree of life. Those that abide in him produce good fruit. Those that stay abided in the true vine. He's the true vine, which is the tree of life. And the tree of life lives inside of us. At one point, we had to go to the tree of life, and then we were exiled and blocked from interacting with the tree of life or coming into any closeness of its vicinity, or whatever you want to call it. We were separated from it, which is death, right? Jesus is the tree of life. Being separated from Jesus is death. So we can we can literally be Jesus to somebody. Jesus is love, and perfect love casts out fear. So if you're bringing upon fear or crushing someone or bringing them down, you're being the false tree to them. And if you're being life to somebody, then you're looking like Jesus, and you're giving instead of taking. Blessings.